Hello, everyone in World Civ 107. I want to welcome you to week 4. Keep in mind we got 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're done. So we are really close to the finishing up. So I just want to remind you to keep up the good work. Keep making sure that when you turn in the Sunday papers that they have dates for time periods covered and the works cited, filled up with content. That's important. No outside sources, just from what we've covered. Okay, so let's keep up with that. And I'm hoping now that what you are all seeing, even though you're learning so much, too much, that the world that we live in and all the complications that we are seeing are really rooted in so much of what we're learning right now. The Congo, Leopold II. Everybody should know who that guy is. And by the way, his statues have still been up in Belgium. And just like what's going on in the United States, some people are tearing them down over there. That's, I guess each country is kind of dealing with its past in different ways or the same ways in some cases. So there's that. This section here, we're covering literally, World War I to World War II. But here's what I hope you get out of it. A lot of information. I always say World War I is the war that nobody knows, and World War II is the war that you think you know about. And you've watched Saving Private Ryan and you've watched Schindler's List, and that's a very limited sense of understanding. Now, here is something that I've been trying to address when it comes to cramming in so much. I do a terrible coverage of the Holocaust. I don't really cover it. And in part, I'm going to start implementing this better into my, I'll get that in a second. The reason why I'm having a hard time with it is that we're doing world civilization and we're trying to cover so many things. And actually, if you look at each nation and how they behaved during these world wars and what they did to many of their local people, there's a lot of bad things happening during this time period. And so it's not that it's not important at all. Not at all. It's just that it's something that I know that that most of you should be aware of, and that I've tried to make world civilization incorporate things that you haven't. Now, what I'll probably do before the end of this week is, or next week, post some videos dealing with the Holocaust that would also cover topics about it that you were not as familiar with, such as the persecution of Jehovah's Witnesses, for example, and purple triangles. And then also talk about what happened to the Jewish people. And of course, for Ashkenazi Jews, European Jews, and for the Roma people, which are known more as gypsies, although that term is not considered polite any longer, they lost a huge amount of their population and culture. And one of the things that I also wish that I had more time to cover is things like what happened in Vichy, France, where the French government that collaborated with the Nazis not only went full-on fascist with France having Nazi symbols on the French flag, but they went after Jews more. They were more anti-Semitic than even being required by the Germans under the Pétain ruled Vichy government in France. And there's been a lot of information that I've been learning more and more as I continue, but I have less time to be able to get this all into these lectures. So there's definitely some weaknesses with what I have here, and I apologize for that. So if you have anything that you're curious about, you want me to elaborate more on, that you wish I would have talked about, please hit me up and I will give you sources or discussions about those if you want those. And so that's it. I'm also just posting a video that a music video that my daughter is just featured in. She before COVID, she played a lot of music out here, and she gets that from her mom, my ex-wife. She has a lot of passion for it, and I'm just posting it on here because I'm dad and this is my daughter, and why not? In any case, I hope all of you are having a good week, and if not, hang in there. And like I always say, be in contact with me if you need anything.